It is finally happening. The echo you've been sensing, the tremor in your spirit, the whisper that would not leave your chest. It has arrived as a living message. This is not a casual reading. This is the universe itself bending close to speak. These final days of September are not empty hours sliding off the calendar. They are charged hours, electric with meaning. Out of every possible moment you could be scrolling, listening, or reading, you are here now. And that is not an accident. That is alignment. Messages like this don't stumble into your life by chance. They appear as direct responses to the silent questions your soul has been asking in the dark. Chosen one, feel the weight in the air. This is not stress, not randomness, not weakness. It is the unmistakable pressure of transformation. You are living through a crossing most people will never even notice. While others see another week, you feel a holy threshold. This is your confirmation. Before we go deeper, I need you to anchor this moment. Let this be an act of spiritual agreement. Pause, breathe, and type the sacred number 999 in the comments as your manifestation code. Subscribe now so that you never walk this road alone, because this is more than content. This is guidance. This is a collective movement rising, and you are part of it. For days you have been feeling it. Sleepless nights, sudden waves of emotion, a pressure you cannot name pressing against your chest. It is not here to crush you. It is here to awaken you. Where others drift in their routines, you stand at the edge of something vast. This message has found you because you are among the ones who can feel what is invisible. You are not fragile. You are sensitive because your spirit is refining its senses for what is coming next. There are 7 spiritual symptoms moving through the bodies, minds, and souls of the awakened right now. They are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are the universe's way of signaling that your awakening is unfolding in real time. Ignore them, and you risk delaying or even shattering the alignment that has been trying to find you. Most will dismiss these symptoms as stress, chance, or the noise of daily life, but you cannot afford to do so. The universe does not waste energy. It does not place you at a threshold without purpose. Every sign has a meaning. Every symptom has a message. Stay with me until the end, because what you will receive here is not entertainment. It is instruction. If your heart is already resonating with these words, take it as your confirmation that you are in the right place at the right time. These final days of September are not simply fading, they are roaring. The air is heavier, your thoughts sharper, your body restless. This is the pressing of energy. September is demanding attention. It is demanding transformation. Those who are chosen cannot hide from it. While most people remain asleep, complaining about weather, traffic, or the ordinary inconveniences of life, you sense something deeper. You feel a pulse beneath the surface, as though the universe itself is vibrating with urgency. And it is. The final days of this month carry within them a spiritual current strong enough to reach into your very body, into your very emotions, and force you to notice what can no longer be ignored. This is why you have been restless at night, why your dreams have grown vivid, sometimes strange, sometimes even disturbing. In the hours when the world is silent, your spirit is most open. The veil between the seen and unseen is thinning. Messages rush in as symbols, as whispers, as images only your soul can fully understand. Perhaps you wake unsettled, unsure of why a dream lingers like a heavy stone in your chest. This is not random. It is the first symptom of alignment, your subconscious awakening to truths your conscious mind is not yet ready to grasp. And then there is the heart. Some days it races without reason. Other days it sinks into a heaviness you cannot explain. Doctors may call it stress. Others may dismiss it as nothing. But your body knows. Your vessel is responding to what your soul is experiencing. Energy is shifting rapidly now, and your body mirrors the process. This is why chosen ones often feel fatigue, pressure, or tension in these days. You are not weak. You are adapting. You are adjusting to the higher frequency. September's closing days demand of you. Emotional waves may rise without warning, bursts of sadness, sudden tears, flashes of anger. They feel unpredictable, but they are not. They are release. Old wounds, buried memories, unspoken regrets are surfacing now because the universe will not allow them to be carried into the next chapter. Do not resist. Your tears are not weakness. They are evidence that the old self is dying so the new self can live. Another layer emerges as well: sensitivity. Crowded places suddenly feel unbearable. Certain people leave you drained as though they've taken your very breath. That is not imagination. Your spirit is refining its discernment. These final days sharpen the boundary between what is aligned and what is toxic. This is not to punish you. It is to protect you. The universe is training you to recognize what cannot travel with you into October and beyond. And so you may feel the pull toward solitude. You decline invitations. You withdraw from the noise. At first, you may wonder if something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong. Everything is aligning. Solitude in these days is sacred. It is not emptiness. It is preparation. In the silence, your intuition sharpens. In the quiet, truths that were hidden by noise begin to reveal themselves. The final days of September do not demand your social presence. They demand your spiritual attention. The signs are multiplying now, chosen ones. You see them flicker at the edges of your days, repeating numbers on clocks, words in conversations that feel too precise to be coincidence, encounters that arrive with perfect timing. Most will dismiss them as chance, but you cannot. For those aligned, synchronicities are not accidents. They are confirmations, guiding lights in a world that prefers to stay blind. They are whispers of the universe telling you, yes, you are on the right path. Do not turn away now. And notice this: as September draws its final breath, those signs do not fade. They intensify. What was once subtle is now relentless. The universe no longer speaks in hints, it speaks in echoes. It repeats itself because the hour is short and it cannot allow you to drift back into sleep. This is why you feel as though every little thing has meaning lately, as though each word, each meeting, each symbol carries a hidden message. You're not imagining it. You're awakening to the frequency that has always been there, but only now do you have the clarity to notice it. Among the symptoms pressing hardest is a sense of urgency, a heaviness in your chest, a whisper in your spirit, an undeniable knowing that something must change before it's too late. You may not be able to explain it with logic, but your soul feels it. Every hour feels charged. Every decision carries weight. This urgency is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to remind you that hesitation has no place here. Alignment is prepared for you, but delay can shatter it. The universe is moving decisively, and it is calling you to move the same way. Do you see the pattern yet? None of these symptoms are punishment. They are preparation. Your body, your emotions, your dreams, your encounters, they are all instruments in the hands of the divine, tuning you for what comes next. And while others numb themselves with distraction, you cannot. You are too awake now. You feel too deeply. The universe has its hand on you, pressing until you acknowledge what cannot be ignored. And so you stand at this threshold carrying evidence of your awakening. Sleepless nights that open the door to visions, tears that cleanse wounds too long ignored, a heart that races not with fear but with awareness, solitude that sharpens instead of weakens, signs that repeat until they shake you, urgency that demands action. All of it converges in these closing days because endings are gates, and gates never close quietly. This is why the equinox mattered. Balance between light and darkness was marked, and since then, the portal has remained ajar. Energy pours through it like a floodlight into shadowed corners. It exposes what was hidden. It shakes loose what no longer belongs. You are not simply standing at the end of a month. You are standing in the tension between what was and what will be. And in such thresholds, nothing false can survive. That is why you feel so stripped, so pressed, so raw. The illusions you once leaned on are collapsing. Only truth remains. Look closely at the patterns. People from your past suddenly reappear, as if summoned by invisible strings. Conflicts rise in places you thought were calm. Opportunities show up that glitter on the surface but feel hollow in your spirit. These are not random, they are spiritual tests. The universe is asking you directly, will you trust appearances or will you trust alignment? Will you cling to comfort or will you choose truth? Will you walk away from what no longer resonates, even if it tempts you with familiarity? Many stumble here. They mistake urgency for fear, symptoms for weakness, solitude for loneliness. They run back to what feels safe, even when safe is the very thing suffocating their spirit. But you cannot, not anymore. To ignore these calls now is to carry dead weight into the next cycle, and the threshold cannot hold it. That is why resistance hurts more than surrender. That is why ignoring the signs feels heavier than following them. And so patience becomes your shield in these final hours. The world will try to provoke you. People may test your peace. Circumstances may stir your anger. Distractions will scream louder than ever. But chosen ones are not called to react. They are called to respond. Every time you choose silence over argument, peace over chaos, clarity over noise, you prove that you have been refined. You prove that the symptoms were not wasted on you. You are not who you were at the start of this month. You are stronger, clearer, sharper. Protection becomes vital now. Guard your energy as you would guard treasure. This is not fear, it is honor. Your alignment is precious. Your peace is sacred. Not everyone deserves access to it. Pay attention. How do you feel after spending time with someone? Do you leave heavier, drained, clouded? That is your answer. The universe is telling you clearly. This cannot travel with you into what comes next. Separation may hurt, but it is proof of growth, and in your solitude, revelations arrive. Journaling, meditating, walking beneath the night sky. These are no longer luxuries, they are necessities. The universe is not speaking in shouts, but in whispers. That is why you are being pulled away from noise, from crowds, from endless distraction. It wants your ear, it wants your attention, because the guidance you need right now will not come in chaos. It will come in stillness. As you lean into this process, notice the shift. What once felt like fear begins to feel like clarity. What once felt like chaos begins to feel like cleansing. What once felt like loneliness begins to feel like sanctuary. This is the hidden gift of the final days. They are not crushing you, they are carving you. They are chiseling away illusions until only truth remains. Chosen one, the air has thickened. The weight pressing on your chest is not illusion, it is the pulse of the universe itself. As September closes, the atmosphere is not loosening, but tightening, drawing you into a furnace of refinement. You may have hoped that the heaviness would fade, but instead it sharpens. This is the mystery of endings. Storms roar loudest before the calm, nights turn darkest before dawn, and souls are pressed hardest just before breakthrough. The sleepless nights, the restless thoughts, the sudden waves of emotion, they are not random. They are signals. The universe is turning up the volume so you cannot ignore what is unfolding. Others drift through these days numb and distracted, but you feel it in your body, in your spirit, in the very atmosphere. What they dismiss as nothing, you know, is everything. You cannot glide past this threshold. You were chosen to notice, chosen to feel, chosen to respond. Notice how silence itself feels louder now, how solitude pulls you like gravity. You withdraw from the noise, not because you are broken, but because you are being prepared. In the stillness, clarity sharpens. In the quiet, truths hidden by chaos rise to the surface. The universe is not isolating you, it is instructing you. It is pulling you into the sanctuary of silence so you may hear whispers drowned out by the world's noise. And yet, even as you are drawn inward, the outer tests multiply. Unexpected conflicts rise, old wounds resurface, Familiar distractions return, dressed in the clothing of comfort. A voice from the past reappears with soft apologies. A temptation whispers, "Just one more time, it will ease the pressure." An opportunity sparkles but feels hollow in your spirit. These are not blessings, they are tests. The universe is asking, have you learned? Will you trust your spirit over your eyes? Will you value peace over company, alignment over convenience? Understand this, the urgency you feel is not paranoia, it is prophecy. Your body knows what your mind hesitates to admit. You are standing on holy ground. The symptoms pressing on you are not punishments, they are invitations. Restlessness invites you to silence. Tears invite you to release. Boundaries invite you to strength. Synchronicities invite you to trust. Every ache, every whisper, every repetition is a lantern on the road ahead, reminding you that you are not alone, that your steps are guided. But here lies the danger, ignoring the call, to dismiss the signs as coincidence, to numb yourself with distraction, to cling to old patterns. This is how alignment is lost. The threshold cannot carry dead weight. That is why the pressure intensifies when you resist. That is why ignoring the signs feels heavier than honoring them. The universe is not punishing you. It is refusing to let you sabotage your awakening. So sit with the heaviness, write what rises, pray into the silence, walk under the stars and notice how they burn brighter in these nights. Do not run from the refining fire. Let it burn away illusion. Let it strip you to truth. For endings are always disguised beginnings. September is not collapsing into nothing. It is roaring into transformation. What feels like breakdown is actually breakthrough. What feels like pressure is holy momentum, and the signs will not stop until you notice. Repeating numbers, prophetic dreams, words and conversations that mirror your thoughts. These are not toys for curiosity, they are confirmations. They are the universe saying, I see you, I'm with you, keep moving forward. Ignore them and they fade. Honor them and they become a compass leading you into the next season. Coincidence is the language of the sleeping. Synchronicity is the language of the awakened. Guard your energy in these hours. Protect your peace like treasure. Not everyone can go where you are going. Some people, some habits, some patterns must stay behind. Separation may sting, but it is not loss. It is liberation. In solitude, you are not abandoned. You are sharpened. In stillness, you are not empty. You are filled with clarity. Do not mistake discomfort for defeat. Diamonds are born of pressure. Gold is purified by fire. Seeds split open in darkness, and chosen ones are transformed in endings. This pressure is not proof that you are weak. It is proof that you are ready. The universe would not press you this hard if you were not meant to rise higher. You were entrusted with this fire because you can endure it, and more than endure it. You can emerge stronger through it. Release the chains that cannot follow. Release the illusions, the shame, the doubt, the fear. Release the patterns that drain your soul. Release the people who cloud your spirit. They cannot pass this threshold. And carry forward only what is true. The peace you fought to keep. The clarity you gained through fire. The faith that kept you standing. The awareness that you are guided. When September closes, it is not an end. It is a door opening. October does not wait passively. It rises like dawn. And how you walk through these final hours will shape how the dawn greets you. Do not stumble into the future half awake. Step into it refined, clear, aware. Step into it knowing that every symptom was not your breaking, but your becoming. This is the final roar of September, not to crush you, but to carve you. Not to punish, but to prepare. Not to end you, but to awaken you. The question is not whether the signs are real, they are. The question is whether you will listen. Chosen ones, the message is clear. These final days are not here to destroy you. They are here to awaken you. Every restless night, every sudden tear, every repeated sign is confirmation that you are being positioned for what comes next. September's roar is not an ending, but a threshold. a furnace of refinement that strips away illusion and leaves only truth. Do not fear the weight you feel. It is proof you are trusted with transformation. Step into the silence, honor the signs, guard your energy, release what no longer belongs. And when this month finally closes, you will see that the pressure was never punishment. It was preparation. You are chosen, aligned, and ready. Walk forward with courage, for the dawn ahead is yours.